Welcome, horse racing enthusiasts, to a story unlike any other. Today, we explore the life and legacy of a truly extraordinary racehorse, one whose pure white coat and remarkable performances turned her into a national icon. This is the incredible journey of Sodashi, the white wonder of Japanese racing. Born on March 8, 2018, at the prestigious northern farm in Hokkaido, Sodashi was destined to stand out, not just for her snow-white coat, but for her exceptional pedigree. Her dam, Bachiko, was a white mare known for her unique spotted markings and multiple dirt victories. Her sire, Crow Hunat, was a versatile champion who excelled on both turf and dirt. With such rare genetics and the backing of the renowned Kaneko Makoto Holdings, Sodashi attracted attention long before she ever set foot on a racetrack. As a foal, Sodashi was known for her calm demeanor and affectionate personality. She shared a close bond with her cousin Mika Yell, who would later become a notable rival on the track. Trained by Naosu Tsugai at the Rido Training Center, Sodashi underwent careful development, especially around the starting gate, a challenge her mother had struggled with. Jockey Hayato Yoshida was selected as her main rider, forming a trusted and consistent team. Sodashi made her debut on July 12, 2020, in an 1,800-meter turf race at Hakodate. All eyes were on her, not only because of her coat, but because of the buzz surrounding her potential. She hesitated briefly at the gate but quickly recovered and settled into second. As the field approached the final corner, Sodashi moved with quiet power. Then, with a graceful yet commanding surge, she accelerated down the stretch, pulling away from the pack. She crossed the finish line 2.5 lengths ahead of her rivals. It wasn't just a victory, it was history. Sodashi became the first white horse in Japanese racing to win a turf debut. It was the beginning of a career that would challenge expectations at every turn. On September 5, Sodashi entered her first graded stakes, the Sapporo Nisei Stakes, once again over 1,800 meters. Running just off the pace, she stayed patient through the first half of the race. At the top of the stretch, she was under pressure, with another horse charging hard to her outside. But Sodashi dug deep. With determination in every stride, she held her ground and fought back fiercely, winning by a narrow neck. This win made her the first white horse in Japanese history to win a graded turf race, and she did it in record time for a 2-year-old at Sapporo. Then came the Artemis Stakes on October 31st, where Sodashi again showcased her dominance. Positioned perfectly in mid-pack, she made her move just before the final turn. She slipped through an opening and powered home to win by a length and 3/4, keeping her undefeated streak alive at 3. On December 13, Sodashi faced her greatest challenge yet in the Hanshin Juvenile Fillies, the premier race for 2-year-old fillies in Japan. She ran with confidence, staying just behind the leaders and waiting for the right moment. As they entered the stretch, she surged alongside Satano Reina's in a thrilling battle to the wire. For a moment, it was impossible to tell who had won, but the photo finish confirmed it. Sodashi had held on by a nose. With that win, she became the first white horse in the world to win a Grade 1 race. She was later unanimously awarded the JRA Best 2-year-old filly title. Now a rising star, Sodashi entered her 3-year-old season with the hopes of a nation resting on her shoulders. On April 11, 2021, she took on the Oka Show, Japan's 1,000 guineas. The mile-long race at Hanshin featured many of the top fillies in the country, including her old rival Satano Reina's. Sodashi broke cleanly and quickly settled into a stalking position just behind the leaders. As they approached the final furlong, she unleashed a brilliant burst of speed, pulling ahead and once again holding off Satano Reina's in a dramatic finish. She crossed the line first in 1 minute 31.1 seconds, setting a new course record and becoming the first white horse to win a classic race in Japanese history. Her popularity soared. Her face was everywhere, from headlines to plush toys that sold out in minutes. But in the Yushin Himba, or Japanese Oaks, on May 23, her unbeaten streak came to an end. Stretched to 2,400 meters, Sodashi showed early speed but began to tire in the stretch, finishing 8th. Her jockey wondered aloud if she had hit the wall of distance. Still, fans admired her fighting spirit. Redemption came in the Sapporo Kinen on August 22. Facing older male horses for the first time, Sodashi sat just off the early leader, biding her time. As they turned for home, she surged ahead, locked in a fierce duel through the final 100 meters. And with grit and determination, she won again, this time marking her owner's 100th graded stakes victory in Japan. The fall of 2021 proved challenging. In the Shuka show, a gate incident left her with a mouth injury, and she finished a disappointing 10th. Then came a bold experiment, the Champions Cup, a Grade 1 dirt race. Although she took the early lead, Sodashi faded badly and finished 12th, outmatched by seasoned dirt specialists. Still, her earlier accomplishments earned her the JRA award for Best 3-year-old filly. In 2022, Sodashi returned to the dirt in the February Stakes and ran respectably, finishing 3rd. But it was in May, in the Victoria Mile, where she reminded the world of her brilliance. Though overlooked by bettors, Sodashi delivered a masterpiece. She settled beautifully in 4th, bided her time, and then, turning for home, unleashed the breathtaking finish. She flew past the leaders to win by 2 full lengths, claiming her 3rd Grade 1 title. She also became the first horse to win the Victoria Mile after previously competing on dirt, showcasing her incredible versatility. Even the New York Times featured her, an unprecedented moment for a Japanese racehorse. That summer, Sodashi faced her cousin Heieyako in the Sapporo Kinen, creating the first ever white horse showdown in JRA history. Though she finished 5th, the moment became a fan favorite. She wrapped up the year with a 2nd in the Fuchu Himba Stakes and a 3rd in the Mile Championship, once again proving her consistent brilliance. In 2023, Sodashi returned as a 5-year-old to defend her Victoria Mile crown. This time partnered with jockey Damian Lane, she led briefly in the stretch, only to be caught late by Songline, finishing a courageous 2nd. Unfortunately, her jockey received a fine for early race interference, an anticlimactic footnote to an otherwise strong effort. Her final race was the Yasuda Kinen on June 4, where she finished 7th, her first time finishing out of the money in a 1,600-meter turf race, a distance she had long dominated. Then, on October 1, 2023, her retirement was officially announced due to leg discomfort. In a poetic twist, her full sister Mama Kacha won the Sprinters Stakes on the very same day. It was, as her owner described it, the perfect time to pass the baton. Sodashi began her new life as a broodmare at Northern Farm. Her first partner? None other than the legendary Equinox. And on January 30, 2025, she gave birth to her first foal, a beautiful white filly. Sodashi's story is one of rare beauty, fierce determination, and historic firsts. She was the first white horse to win a turf debut, a graded race, a Grade 1, and a classic. She won over fans not just with victories, but with personality and charm, earning nicknames like the White Queen and Idle Horse. Her plush toy sold out in minutes. Her races made headlines around the world. She wasn't just a horse, she was a phenomenon. And her legacy will live on, in hearts, in history, and in the hooves of her children. Thank you for joining us on this unforgettable journey. If you enjoyed this story, be sure to like, subscribe, and share. This was the legend of Sodashi, the white wonder of Japanese horse racing.